What's going on, people? Welcome back to OnlyFacts Sports, episode 17. I'm your host, Nick J. Francis.
Bro, man's turning into host now.
What's
big boy things?
You don't understand. We've got 2,500 subscribers now, so it's official. We're serious. We're serious players in the game.
I don't know about that still.
No,
not yet.
What would you say? What would you want to get to in terms of subscribers to be like, yeah, we're serious in this game?
No, our mindsets are serious. I just don't know if the world takes us serious yet.
But what subscriber count would you want to get to where you're like, yeah, like this is a serious thing?
I don't know, you know. I already take it serious now. But where I think people take us serious, where people start taking us serious, I think people don't take people serious until you get at least 10k.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Once you get 10k subs, then people take you serious.
I hear you. Obviously, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of the boxing, in terms of the football. Arsenal just beat AC Milan yesterday. We see the youngsters doing their thing. Ranieri and Max Down are looking serious. Transfers galore. Bare things to talk about. But first of all, where to start with someone who's making a real claim to be the GOAT in some people's opinion.
I think it's just really the aftermath, innit?
Heavyweight GOAT. And obviously I was there live.
Man abandoned us on the weekend still. Shout out to everybody that was live over the weekend.
Yeah, so Shane did 2 or 3 lives. Two lives over the weekend, fights. 3 different cards. Yeah, man, Mr. International, man. International Shane. But yeah, I mean, Usyk. Oleksandr Usyk. We've got to talk about Usyk where he is in the all-time rankings. We've got to talk about Dubois and Partygate.
Hey.
Do you know what I'm saying? Who do you want to start with, Usyk or Dubois?
I think we have to start with... I want to start with Dubois, you know.
I thought you'd want to start with Dubois because you're on the bullshit.
No, because I feel like if you watched the video last week, you could watch the video last week and just put it this week.
Yeah. Because
you were questioning me when I was saying... Not you wasn't questioning me, but you were saying how I'm always opposite to what people say. Because everybody else is reactionary. I know I'm proactive in my thinking. I think ahead. So I knew the shortcomings before they were even going to arrive.
Everyone did.
No, they didn't, bro.
Everyone did.
No one was questioning, no one was saying that they needed to get rid of Don Charles until now.
The Don Charles, that was you. Don Charles, that was you. But the knowing that he had the ability to quit, that was known.
No, but I think the biggest thing wasn't even that he quit. I think what people are questioning was his... like where he was mentally in the fight, even during the fight.
Yeah.
Because people were questioning. Firstly, I heard Frank Warren talk about his head movement and stuff. I'm like, bro, what are we new to the party? Like, this guy's always had that as a deficiency. Yeah. So that is kind of pointless in itself.
Yeah.
And then the
party.
The whole party thing, yeah. And let's get to the what they call meat and bones or bones. But isn't that a saying? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's grammatically incorrect.
You're being a pestilence. Let's carry on.
Yeah. So with the party thing, everybody's having a fallout, yeah? And you brought up a good point, which was the difference between what white people see as a party and British people see as a party and what Caribbean people see as a party. I shouldn't even have made it a white thing. I should have made it just a Caribbean and British thing.
Yeah.
Firstly, that wasn't a party.
The day of the fight, I made that point when I thought the video
was the day
before. So I thought the day before, if I'm not drinking or whatever, I could well see my family over, people having drinks and slur. If I'm playing for Arsenal and I'm in the Champions League final the next day, whatever, obviously you should be recovering. But I could well see that, and I think we know with Dubois as well, he is a very sensitive character. And you have to really manage his confidence. And I think that what they've done is they've made him overconfident, and he, along with the British media, bought into the hype of what he done.
Johnny Nelson said it best, which was that these guys can't fight for you. So their whole intimidation thing beforehand, because his dad bought bare street man there, according to Spencer Fear, and bare road man. So I don't know if you're trying to give him that bad man vibe before. You know when Tupac became Birdie, all of a sudden he became a gangster.
Yeah.
And once he started hanging around with these bloods, he can go punch another Crip in the face even though he's not a bad man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get in it. You know what? If I'm around these bad men, I'm going to go into the ring and I'm going to bully this you. Yeah. This guy's going to get moisted off. And I've seen it 100 times in real life where a guy who's a straight nerd, because they've been hanging around and people boosting his confidence.
I was about to name names, but carry on.
Yeah, you don't.
About to name names.
But yeah, all of a sudden
you were triggering me there, taking me back to.
But it is so there is logic behind it. There is logic behind it, and even Don Charles saying that, they done it for the AJ fight. Whilst, like for me, I'll keep it real, and I'm gonna keep it so real. I genuinely don't have a problem with Daniel Dubois doing that, even the day of the fight. Because he wasn't the only thing was the timing, the fact that he was late to the venue. But if they done that in the morning and they left that vibe straight and they were on time, then I would say, no, I don't have a problem with that. I genuinely don't.
I mean, you're talking about Don Charles, allegedly, for two things. On the intimidation thing, it's wrong for this fight. AJ can be intimidated.
Facts.
You are not going to intimidate someone like Usyk, who left boxing for like a year to go and be part of the Ukrainian army and fight in the war.
And he already retired. He's
already beat you. Pause. But on top of that, he's gone and seen things that are way more gruesome than anything you've ever seen.
Fact.
Yeah. So especially when Don Charles' son or adopted son or whoever that light skinned jigsaw face brother was, whoever that brother was, when he's trying to intimidate Usyk and he's saying in the car park your eye would be dangling out, you probably never seen somebody with their eye dangling out.
Fact.
I in Ukraine have seen man with their limbs blown off. So you can't chat to me. You can't chat to me.
Fact.
You cannot chat to me. Do you know what I'm saying? If somebody were to come over here,
but
right
you know
now,
what it is, yeah. You know what it is. Why I say something like that, because I thought Usyk Dubois was gonna lose anyway. But why I feel like that is actually a good thing, or not even that it's a good thing, but I understand the logic behind it. I understand the logic behind it because I'm like, I don't know why they were playing Candy. That still perplexes me. That still perplexes me.
Why not?
You're going to war and you're playing Candy.
You can't have more than 30 black people together and Candy don't get played. You might as well not have the party then.
No.
You're going to play Candy and then you're going to play Mac Band. And the worst thing is, you were streaming. You didn't even hear this.
No, but people in the comment section were telling me. People in the comment section were telling me.
Candy and then Mac Band. I was dancing.
People in the comment section were telling me that he was playing Candy.
I thought the ring walk music thing, I thought was fire.
Nah, bro, because for me, I'm going to war, bro.
I literally said,
for me,
did I not say to our studio audience, did I not say at the fight, I said, he's going to come out to something kind of upbeat to settle his nerves.
No, but he should have come out to, you know what he should have come out to? He should have come out to like a Bob Marley Revolution song, like I'm gonna kill these. There was some Bob Marley early. No,
Bob Marley first, then it went into the Mac Band.
For me, it should just be straight that, or some form of reggae chant.
He's Grenadian. Bob Marley might not have worked for him.
No, but something. I don't know, a Grenadian roots singer, someone who's gonna make you fight. In it, you're up against your oppressor. That's the mindset you need.
But that's the mindset you would need. If you were boxing, this is Daniel Dubois.
No, but I'm talking about Daniel Dubois.
Nah, man.
Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois.
If the environment is too intense for Daniel Dubois, he's like a Jesse Lingard. If the environment's too intense for him, if the environment's too intense, he might break before he even gets in the ring. In fact, the last time the environment was too intense for him against Joseph Parker, he did break and didn't get in the ring.
No, I don't think that's the same. I feel like if you look at the way he went in there against Hrgovic, specifically Hrgovic, Gerald Miller and AJ. He went in there because of Hrgovic bullying him in the sparring, because of Gerald Miller questioning him and all of that, and AJ because of who AJ was. He went in there with a mindset of, bro, I can't lose to these man. Because, bro, I have to go out there and kill. He was angry in the whole thing. He was angry in the build up. He was angry in the actual ring walk. You could actually see his anger and aggression. I did not see that listening to Candy, bro. Yes, I want to see a bad man walk out the ring.
It's a silk pajamas thing. It's two things. So I'm saying, like, gassing yourself up to fight the baddest man in your school is not the same as gassing yourself up to fight the baddest man in your ends. It's a different level of gas that you'll need. Do you know what I'm saying? And the gas to fight one is not the gas to fight the other.
But you know why? And in fact, I'm gonna skip a stage, and we're gonna come back to it. But I'm gonna skip a stage because we're gonna talk about this. This is why I feel like certain people shouldn't have a right to talk about boxing, bro. Because everybody's getting onto Don Charles and getting onto Daniel Dubois' dad aka you, bro. I don't want to say nothing negative about him because I got a goat foot tomorrow or a chicken foot. You know what I mean?
I get you. And a Mateus Pogba thing.
Literally, bro.
Chicken head buried under your house.
Literally. But everybody's getting on to them about the whole party beforehand. But let's keep it real, bro. He's not a good fighter, bro. He's not good enough. And people talking about questioning the preparation. Bro, at the end of the day, I actually understand the logic behind it. The reason why I say people do not deserve the right to talk about boxing, specifically in the case of a Simon, Jordan, and whoever's talking about boxing, period. Because we'll talk about more in depth after. But the truth is, the most important thing from a coach's perspective and from a manager's perspective is to know your fighter.
Yeah.
You know why for this, but you know what turns him on. You know what gets him psychologically in the right place.
Do you though?
I don't. Simon Jordan doesn't. Whoever else is talking doesn't.
Because what I'm saying is Dubois a better fighter than Jerome Miller?
Yeah.
Okay, so when he beats Jerome Miller, we got shit the other day when we weren't super blown away by Shakur Stevenson winning his fight. Because he was expected to win his fight.
It's the character he showed in the Jerome Miller fight.
Okay, fine. But I'm just saying, so when the fact that he has to show character to beat Jerome Miller, who's someone that he's already a better boxer than, you can look at it both ways. Wow, what an impressive character he showed. Or wow, you needed to really dig deep to beat someone that you're actually better than.
But regardless, the fact that he showed it is that character spirit that he did not show against Usyk.
Understood. But when we come up against Usyk, I think that it's not... we're talking about such a massive gap in levels that I don't think that what is going to get the best out of him for fight A is necessarily the same as what's going to get the best out of him for fight B.
I get you. But here's the thing. If you don't have the skills or the technical ability to beat Jerome Miller, when you're fighting Usyk, you're definitely not going to have the skills and technical ability to beat Usyk.
Correct.
So you're going to now need to go into a whole completely different pot to win.
Yeah.
One of them is power. One of them has to be aggression. That's the only advantage that you have. I can't affect your power in between now and the fight. But I can affect the way your mindset is. And I don't...
Hey, but on that topic, they did affect the way that... They wanted to affect the way that Daniel Dubois' mindset is, but what they did was they affected the way that Usyk's mindset...
You did say that.
And I
did say that before the fight.
I did say there's a world where he comes in heavier and just walks him down. And the first two, I can't remember who it was that said it. A few people have said this.
That's what I said. You could watch last week's video.
Yeah.
And it'd just be the same thing.
100%. Once Usyk walked up to him and just boxed him in his face twice, that was it. My boxing coach used to tell me it's not a good strategy for every fight. But for a fighter like me, I'm small. Typically, I'm quite heavy and quite stocky, and I fight guys that are normally bigger than me. And he would say your best punch is your left shot to the body. Go out or left hook. Go out there and hit him. Normally, you're going to get the distance, get the range, but go out there and throw your best punch first. What that's going to do, ideally, is you hit him and you scare him. But even if you miss, he now thinks your intentions are raw. He's now automatically on the back foot. This guy who's bigger than me is automatically on the back foot because I'm showing aggression from the first foot. I'm not even letting him find his range. I'm just aggressive. And that's what Usyk did. Straight away, he landed bang, bang. Dubois, when he's throwing these power punches, it's landing on the gloves and stuff. And because he's so big, it's pushing Usyk back. But once I said in round 3, it's over. I said in round 3, didn't I, studio audience? Yeah. In round 3, I said it's over because I saw Usyk hit him with a double jab. Usyk, the middleweight, allegedly, hit Daniel Dubois with a double jab, and Daniel Dubois took 2 steps backwards. Mm-hmm. And I said, this fight is over. This fight is over. Facts. It's not over. It's a matter of time before this fight's over. Man around me were looking at me like I was crazy. There's an English man in front of us looking at me like I was crazy. Them man were on the Charlie, so I didn't even know if they knew what was going on. But like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, once I'm seeing Usyk double jab, because as much as Usyk is great, I don't remember him double jabbing AJ and AJ taking 2-3 steps backwards. That didn't happen. No. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you get hit with a double jab by someone way smaller than you, and then you're stepping backwards, what's he going to do?
I genuinely, I don't think.
By the third round, I said this fight done.
I got a whole other list of things to criticise Don Charles about, or his dad about, before I criticised him about the whole party thing. I don't think the party thing. And firstly, let's just get it right, because I heard Simon Jordan and what's it called? Simon Jordan and Don Charles argue about whether it's a party or not. It wasn't a party, bro. It wasn't a party.
Not if you're Caribbean.
Like, that's not a party. That's like a party if you're English, but that's not a party.
The thing is...
That is not a party.
The thing is in Caribbean families, yeah, man will just turn up.
Turn up and just play music.
Man will just turn
up and play music. And just by nature, someone's gonna have a spliff, someone's gonna have a red stripe, or
someone's got a drink. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
there's occasions where it might look like a man's at a party, but man's just there.
Like, it's not a party, bro.
I guess he's fighting at home, right? So maybe I don't know where the camp is. I don't know where. Like, he's not coming from a hotel.
No, he's coming from someone's yard.
Coming from a yard.
Yeah, it's a yard. I don't know whose yard.
And there's man them at the family at the yard.
At the yard, bro. That's just part and parcel of the. The only bad thing.
You might even fail doping because someone has buttoned the spliff.
Yeah.
In the house before you went to. You know what I
mean? You're laughing, yeah. That's
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Literally.
You're like, this ain't me, bro. Something's man abandoned the spliff in my yard. Because he don't run his yard.
Yeah, fact.
Even though he's a millionaire, he don't run his yard.
His dad was there.
He don't actually have the power or authority in his own family to say, right, everyone come out the yard.
Facts. The only negative thing was the time that they left to go to the venue and the fact that he came there so late, and then when he actually got to the arena, he had to go back outside to let more man them in. That's the only thing. I don't know if the man thought that it was gonna be on tops after with the Ukrainian man in a beef. Like,
it's never gonna be on tops because your man was gonna be laid out. So what's it on tops for?
Yeah, I don't know. They brought bare brothers, bro. They brought bare man to Wembley.
And then what happened?
The whole of Hasten to Wembley.
And then what happened?
I don't know.
That brother was laid out.
Literally.
Do you know what I'm saying? So.
But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I don't think it's that bad, bro. I don't feel like that was the reason why he lost.
I feel like it's a slide trying to discredit Usyk on a sly one because. Or it's trying to save Daniel Dubois' image a little bit and give him excuses. They said the same thing when fucking AJ lost to Dubois last time. He was late to the venue. There were some problems in the preparation, the build up, and he was late to the venue.
I mean, there's always a problem when you lose, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
There's always a problem when you lose.
Where do you put Usyk of all-time heavyweight boxers? We can do all-time separately, but all-time heavyweight boxers.
It's hard to say because I've heard so many arguments one way or the other. In terms of just skill and ability and this person versus this person, I feel that's nearly impossible to judge because skill. I feel like
can't judge.
I feel like Usyk is by far, and this goes without a shadow of a doubt. Usyk is by far and wide the most. How can I put this? In terms of skill variety, if you're looking at an attributes chart,
the widest array of skills.
Usyk has the widest array of skills, and he also has Usyk is as much of a master as you can find within a boxing ring in terms of just attributes and skills. Yeah. Like, he understands boxing as much as you can. If there was
you can't give me three people that are more technically skilled than him.
Fact.
You're gonna say Muhammad Ali.
Technical and psychological.
Yeah.
When you match them two, like understanding boxing and mastering the sport of boxing, you can't even. I'll make you might be on the equivalent level, but there is no level above Usyk. There is no
anybody of all time, the Muhammad Ali's and that they're on that level. They're in the same level.
You can't. He's reached that.
We could discuss CV because he's only had 23, 24 professional fights, and he's got other guys.
That was my next point.
Eras and the rest of it.
In terms of skill level, he's bucked at the top. You can't get. You might be on the equivalent level or in and around the same area.
In 10, 15 years time, when he's retired and they make a boxing video game, he should be a 99 overall.
Facts.
Yeah.
Or whatever
if Muhammad Ali's a 97, Usyk's also a 97.
Exactly, facts. But in terms of actual accomplishments and resume, he doesn't have an all-time great heavyweight resume. He just doesn't.
He started late.
Exactly. So in that case, if you're talking about from a longevity perspective, I guess it's hard to put him in the top 5. He definitely would be in the top 10. But from just for me, it's kind of irrelevant because.
But a lot of that top 5, am I right in thinking that a lot of them are going to be probably in the same era as well? 2 or 3 of them are probably going to be the same era.
I mean, Joe Louis will have to be in it for me. Joe Louis, Ali, those are 2 people that definitely have to be in it. Then you have to think about people like Holmes, maybe Lennox Lewis. You know what I'm saying? These guys, but they. Holyfield, they've done their whole, pretty much other than Holyfield, their whole career in the same weight class.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he's the best from cruiserweight to heavyweight that we've ever seen.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have to go one step further. He is one of the best. He is one of the most accomplished fighters that's ever put on a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Yeah.
He's literally one of the most I feel like you can.
Because I think this heavyweight era is a bit
meh. But then when you think about
it's actually good. The heavyweight era that we're in right now is actually good. The problem is that a lot of the fighters didn't fight each other. So we haven't seen Fury AJ, we haven't seen Wilder AJ. So of the big three before Usyk moved up, we haven't seen. So it's difficult to rank. But I don't think it's terrible. This is better than the Klitschko era.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? By far. The cruiserweight era he was in was a very, very good cruiserweight. There's a couple of all-timers in there, and he cleared that out fairly comfortably. And then has now not quite cleared out, but has cleared out the top names, and then it's the rung below that, whether you put Joseph Parker up there or not. But again, it's difficult to rate where Joseph Parker is because he didn't get the fight with Dubois. So.
And for me, like when you look at his amateur career and what he done in amateurs
and pros combined,
and then,
he's
do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? And then you think about the fact that he had his cruise. Like this guy's almost had 3 separate careers, bro.
Yeah.
Like an extensive amateur career where he's gonna go down as one of the best amateurs, specifically from a big man perspective, ever. And then a cruiserweight campaign. He could have retired after cruiserweight and been a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Then you could just isolate his heavyweight campaign. You know what I'm saying? So he's almost got 3 separate careers. So
and compared to back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 24 fights is not that many fights at heavyweight. But compared to today's resume, 24 fights is fairly respectable. Like there's a lot of people that, you know, have that number of fights.
I still think it's quite low, but I do feel like it's the level of and how many champions he's beat. You know, he's beaten a lot of champions, bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But yeah, Usyk for me, definitely I feel the same. He's probably in my top 10, top 15 figers of all time.
In terms of fighters of all time,
I think maybe top 20 at push, but top 15.
I see it different to you. In terms of all time,
for skill and CV, if I'm putting that combined.
Combined career, boxers, he's in my top 10, maybe in my top 5.
Yeah.
He might be in my top 5 fighters of all time.
Yeah. We're going to have to do a video and like break down the top.
And I can already tell you who my top 5 fighters of all time are.
Go on.
Well,
do top 10 if Usyk's in there as well, because the video's
like my are you talking about that I've ever seen or based on my standards?
Based on your standards.
Okay,
we'll go all the time.
Ali.
Yeah.
In no particular order. Yeah. Ali, Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard, Ali, Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard, it's tough because I'm trying to put in order where I shouldn't. I'm just doing 10. Yeah, so people who are in my top 10, I guess you have to put Sugar Ray Robinson in there. You have to put you have to put Manny Pacquiao in there in terms of overall great 8-weight world champion. I would put Usyk in it. I would put Roy Jones Jr. in it. I would put I'd put Terence Crawford in there.
Really?
I would put Andre Ward in there. I would put I'd put Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford in top 10 fighters of all time.
In terms, if you're matching skill level, I value skill level very, very high.
But the CV needs to be there to justify the skill level.
I hear you, but at the end of the day, he's being all that he can be. He was supposed to invent a fighter that he's not supposed to beat.
We will revisit this again after the Canelo fight, obviously.
But you have to bear in mind, bro.
I'm not saying if he loses to Canelo necessarily he drops down. But if he wins against Canelo, I'm saying he's granite solidified his way there.
But for me, we've had to force this guy to go to two weight classes ahead just for him to have a competition, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
He can have a competition against Boots, to be fair.
No, but he could. But we're still speculating.
Yeah.
You would not be surprised if he knocked Boots out in the first 7 rounds. You'd be like, "Wow, that's impressive," but you wouldn't be surprised.
I would be surprised if he knocked out Boots in 7 rounds.
You would?
I would be surprised if he knocked out Boots.
You would. I can guarantee most people say, "Oh, I knew Boots weren't ready anyway."
Yeah, I get
You would hear a bag of people say that.
I'm just saying he's stepping up because of money, not necessarily just because of competition.
If he beat Boots, would that put him in a pound for pound list on the top 10?
No.
You get my point?
For me, I rate Boots highly, but for the average person...
You know what I'm saying? So my point is, we still have to invent a competition
to move the needle, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but those people definitely, I guess on the spot it's difficult to say,
yeah.
But...
That's why I said we'll come back to it, because I didn't want to get put on the spot. I wanted to split some thought, do you know what I mean? And then you got no Latin fighters in there.
I mean, you obviously... If I'm going to put Julio Cesar Chavez would have to be 1.
Junior.
Senior, obviously. You'd have to put Canelo Alvarez as one of. You'd have to put...
If he loses to Crawford.
But then, if we're talking about skill level, then there's certain guys like Salvador Sanchez. In terms of skill level, we didn't have the resume, but in terms of skill level, Salvador Sanchez has to be in there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's difficult to say.
Yeah. We spoke about, we just mentioned Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and that brings our segue to Jake Paul.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Talk of...
I want to see the fight, bro.
Him versus AJ.
I want to see it. I want to see Jake Paul versus AJ.
You mean, are you saying you want to see the fight, or are you saying you want to see Jake Paul get starched?
For me,
or is it just
Jake
one
Paul has more relevance in boxing than AJ does. Jake Paul and AJ both have the equivalent amount of opportunity of winning a world title. If Jake Paul fought Badou Jack, he has as much chance of beating Badou Jack as AJ does of beating Usyk. He actually might have more chance. Jake Paul's probably got more chance winning a world title than Anthony Joshua does at this current stage as of today.
Yeah, but I mean...
So, when you're asking me, terms of relevance, one...
AJ would be fighting someone he's lost to twice already.
Okay, let's you move Usyk out of the way. Do you see AJ beating Parker? Right, this version of AJ.
This version of Parker. It would be tough. It'd be tough.
I don't.
It'd be tough.
Regardless of the circumstances, they both have to rely on it because I can't see Jake Paul being Opataya. Do you know what I'm saying? They both have to rely on a weak champion to win a world title.
Yeah.
So at this stage, they're both at the equivalent level. They're both at the equivalent level for me. No. Bro, they are. How are you saying no?
I understand you're picking...
You're
picking specific...
I don't mean in terms of ability, bro. I'm talking about relevance in boxing
when
right
you say
now.
A weak champion, Badou Jack is 45. Joseph Parker's still in his physical prime. It's not the same.
But
thing.
Not the strongest champion then.
No, it's not the strongest champion, but even still, I mean...
Is Badou Jack a legitimate world champion right now?
He is.
So that means if Jake Paul...
And potentially a legitimate Hall of Fame fighter.
Okay, cool. Facts. So if Jake Paul beat Badou Jack whilst he's 45, and that can happen, he would be world champion. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact. And we can't call him a YouTube boxer because he would have beaten a legitimate world champion.
But if away from the fact that Jake Paul is Jake Paul, do you see anyone else in the world losing to Tommy Fury and then a year later beating Badou Jack?
No, but it's a circumstance, isn't it? He might not beat Badou Jack, but I'm saying they both AJ and I think AJ knocks Jake Paul out in the first round or second round. Yeah. But at the end of the day,
unless he's trying to make it entertaining. And I don't even think AJ's skilled enough to try and make this entertaining. AJ's not actually skilled enough to carry the fight.
Yeah, of course.
From an entertainment perspective, he's not actually technically skilled enough. He can either crack or not crack. That's it.
But AJ is genuinely, he is a person who's at the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
So what he has to offer me as a consumer and as a fan of boxing is the same as Jake Paul. He's only going to be in fights that's not at the top level. Yeah. He's only going to be in money-making fights. He's never going to be in any Hall of Fame fights. So at the end of the day, why not give me Jake Paul versus AJ?
Listen, I understand everything you're saying. I'm just saying the comparison between them from like a resume perspective is like...
Not in terms of what they've done, but who they currently are right now. I do not see a separation in terms of what value they bring to boxing.
You are both mid-level boxers, not the bottom tier who's shite, not the top tier who's a world title contender. You're both kind of middling tier and you're both big names, so you're going to fight each other.
Facts. You know what I mean? And in terms of skill, I call there's a skill disparity. Definitely there's a skill disparity. But
it's like a bigger Conor Benn versus Eubank. Neither of you are world champions, but neither of you are bottom tier either. You're both in that middle tier.
That's a good example was because if Conor Benn goes down to welterweight, he can win a version of a world title. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not the best at welterweight, but he can win a version of a world title, just like Jake Paul. And if I'm Jake Paul, I'm like, there's no chance Jake Paul beats AJ though. I say all of that to say there's no chance.
That's why I didn't like the comparison.
There's no chance. There is zero chance.
This is AJ. I know AJ's lost since, but this is AJ who knocked Francis Ngannou out in the first round. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this is AJ Nah. If when AJ jabs Jake Paul, forget about knocking him out. When AJ jabs Jake Paul, it'll be the hardest punch he's ever felt in his life.
By far.
By a considerable margin. When AJ leans on Jake Paul, it'll be the biggest body that he's ever...
When Jake Paul gets hit with a shot that he blocks, he's going to realise it's a different person.
He's going to get moved around the ring even while he's blocking shots.
And we were saying this off camera. AJ is probably one of the best flat track bullies in boxing.
Yeah.
This guy, if he don't fare you and you have nothing to... This guy looks like $1 million. Yeah. When he fought Ngannou, he looked like the greatest fighter that's ever lived.
And before he was spinning on his head top, he did hurt Dubois.
Facts. Even when he fought... Like, if you watch the early stages of AJ's career, bro, he was one of the best looking... Not looking in terms of aesthetics, but in terms of how he was dismantling his opponents. He was looking like $1 million, bro.
I also think that Jake Paul might do what Dubois did to Usyk and bring out the spiteful side of AJ, which is stupid. Because if you were fighting
there's no psychological mindset that he could put AJ in that would make AJ knock him out.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm Jake Paul, or if I'm someone of Jake Paul's skill and dimensions, but not actually Jake Paul, I'm playing Mr. Nice Guy.
You think he takes the fight?
Who?
Jake Paul.
I don't know. You never know with him. And I saw
I don't really know the benefits in taking.
Who did I see saying don't take the dive? Don't take a dive.
John Fury.
Yeah, I rated that, bro. AJ, don't take a dive, bro. Because what would the money have to be? The money would have to be
for him to take a dive.
Yeah,
500M.
You think so?
500M. This guy's a multi-millionaire, you know.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
You can't just give him a 10-pack and you know what I'm saying?
Maybe 10 mil will do
it. What? AJ?
AJ's not getting that kind of money again.
No, but he's got what money he's got in the bank.
Yeah.
You got.
And I guess if he's got such a big brand, losing to Jake Paul would damage his brand. So whatever recurring revenue he's getting right now from the brand,
he's got to have to be sellout money.
Yeah.
Money that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna last a whole lifetime.
Yeah, showbiz money.
Boy.
But no, I think I don't know if he takes the fight. I'm just so suspicious of everything I see over there. The state of YouTube boxing, influencer boxing. I still just struggle to separate it from WWE.
I hear you, but he did beat a former world champion in flipping Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He's a shit fighter, but you beat him, innit?
Yeah.
So what can we say? He's put himself in this world. You know, let me put it this way. You know, if you had a little cousin or nephew, he just wanted to be on the road with a bad man, and you told him, bro, I've been down this road, you don't want it. You don't want it. And he just keeps going. And just keeps going down this road. And then 5 months or 6 months or a year later, you find out that he's in jail. You think, bro, I knew you were going down this road and I told you.
But it's like 6ix9ine, isn't it? Like, what I don't like about these people is that they'll say that they're in until they're in more than they want to be in. And then suddenly they want to pull the plug and want to be out. And it's like, we've tried to tell you, you can't be in and out. You can't.
But how Jake Paul? There's no consequence for that in this scenario. What would be the consequence of Jake Paul being in and out? There's no consequence. The consequence would be him getting knocked out flat on his back.
Yeah.
And him just saying,
possibly worse.
Yeah. I mean,
possibly
facts.
Worse.
Possibly.
AJ's a literal giant.
Facts.
Man, forget we watch him on TV, spin on his head top and laugh at him. But AJ's a giant compared to the average man. Jake Paul goes gym and that's cool. I go to the gym just now. There's 10 man in there that look like Jake Paul. There ain't nobody in there that looks like AJ. Facts. He's a real giant.
Facts.
He's a real giant. Like, you don't walk around the streets every day and see man that look like AJ.
Let's keep it real, bro. Forget the amateur experience. Forget the professional experience. Forget the experience.
He's a 2-time world champion, bro.
If you took a cruiserweight and you brought them up to heavyweight, there's gonna be a disparity instantly.
He's not even a natural cruiserweight.
Facts.
He's smaller than that. He had to go up in weight. He had to put on. He was fighting Anderson Silva, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He fought Anderson Silva. He had to go up in weight.
Isn't Tyron Woodley like my size?
Tyron Woodley's small still.
Do you know what I mean? He's like 5'9".
But he's Jake Paul.
No, Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, Tyron Woodley. But Jake Paul's like 6 foot.
I think Jake Paul's like 6 foot.
Yeah.
Which is, we call Usyk a small heavyweight, and Usyk's like 6'2".
6'3".
6'3". And he's a small heavyweight.
He's a small heavyweight.
What's the age? 6'6", 6'7"?
6'6".
Yeah, it's long.
It's long. You take a normal cruiserweight. But I don't know, he might take it though. If Jake Paul takes it, credit, blood. Credit still. Maybe you just want to do it for the money. The money, why else would UT do it? Because if I'm Jake Paul, you might not make as much money fighting Baddy Jack, but there's less chance you getting knocked out and you're going to win a world title. I would go
but
for
then
Badou Jack.
what did you do after?
You got a world title, bro. What else do you need in boxing? I would just milk money fights, whatever is a big money fight.
The worst thing is with Jake Paul. If Jake Paul wins
if he says he's gonna win a
Jake Paul winning the world title would be the worst thing for boxing because the governing bodies ain't gonna make him do no mandatories. Do you know what I mean? He'll be able to pick who he wants.
Oh, facts.
He'll be able to just pull people from YouTube and do defenses.
Oh, facts.
So he'll defend his title against Tommy Fury. There'll be other people there waiting for the world title.
Facts.
And he can go defend it against next. Like,
you know that's so true. You know that's so true.
Right.
Because when was the last time Badou Jack fought a mandatory?
There you go. what belt is Badou Jack? Don't tell me something. I was gonna say, don't tell me it's the WBC. Because if it's Mauricio Suleiman, that's it. If Jake Paul beats Badou Jack,
that's my point.
If Jake Paul beats Badou Jack, he's gonna be he'll set a record for the longest reigning world champion. Then he'll hold that for 20 years.
Facts. Because
we'll be waiting for Mauricio Suleiman to die before that gets relinquished.
You got to deep it. Badou Jack hasn't fought no mandatories. He can get away with fighting once every 5 years and fighting a bum that we never know, and he gets away with it. So at the end of the day, Jake Paul will get the same lenience.
That's the state of boxing, and I know you wanted to talk about the state of boxing in the YouTube world as well.
Fam, I'm just saying certain man shouldn't be able to talk about boxing.
Are we naming names or not?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, because before this video started, yeah, we were watching True Geordie, and shout out to True Geordie. I don't really have no problems with True Geordie.
Nah, he's a legend.
Because True Geordie's done his thing, and True Geordie will tell you himself that it's a money thing, innit? True Geordie is doing it from a money perspective.
But I also think they're like,
do you know what I'm saying? It's business.
I could see how True Geordie got into boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because True Geordie, I've watched him for years. You see the rants about Newcastle and whatever. He was always a mixed martial arts guy. So he's a combat fights fan, different sport, but whatever. And then it was when Conor McGregor was fighting Mayweather and he started looking at boxing more. And then again, you know, Ngannou and AJ and Jake Paul and whatever. And he was in that world, do you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of crossover boxing happening at times. So I see him naturally kind of cross over into boxing. And I've seen his boxing knowledge kind of get better because he's coming from a combat sports background, do you know what I'm saying? That to me is different to somebody who has no combat sports background or even interest, not even genuine interest.
Do you know my biggest issue with people talking about boxing? And I like people like Simon Jordan. Pete, who was I talking about? Who was I talking about before?
You tell me.
I can't remember their name. I'll say it. I'm trying to remember. Who was I talking about?
You tell me.
I said it before. Bro. I can't even remember who I was talking about.
I know you said Simon Jordan.
And I said another name as well.
I won't listen to you.
Bro, there was another... It'll come back to me anyway. Right. But my point is, these people who just go on YouTube talking about boxing, like, there's no credibility to these people. Plus, they only do it, They only do it to make money off it.
Does anyone care, though?
I care.
But other than you,
do you know why I care?
Cares?
Do you know why I care, bro? Because for me, when it comes to this boxing thing, like, anyone can put on a camera. Oh yes, I did tell you, bro. Akam Barak, the Akam Barak show.
But they were with DAZN.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying.
Alright, go on.
I watched they done an interview. They've been doing these interviews, Akam Barak. I don't need to say my man because you already know who I'm talking about. My man, bro.
Friend of a friend, yeah?
Yeah. No, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Okay, yeah.
That guy who really...
you're shook. Alright, because anyone...
Showbiz. I didn't want to say his name.
No, it's fine.
But obviously, the thing is, the issue that I have with these guys is, when they get these jobs, and they get into a position where you can just turn on the camera and talk shit like we talk shit. There's bare people that talk shit. But when you get in a position where you can interview people, you have a certain duty to not only your audience, not only to the audience, but to the game of boxing, bro. If you love this sport, be true in it. Be true. When you sit down with these men, be true, bro.
What if the lack of truth is how they got the access in the first place?
Well, then I can't respect you, innit? Then I can't respect you. That means you'll tell me you will sell out just to be in a good position.
But they don't see it as a sellout.
No, it is selling out.
They don't see it as a sellout.
How is it not selling out?
Because if you're a slave and you don't care about other black people, then you don't even see it as a sellout to go live in the house. They don't see it. If they don't care about boxing.
No, but cool. If you're sacrificing your values just for money.
What if you have no values?
Bro,
there's a lot of men whose values is money. That's their values.
True.
You think we can walk down the street right now and be broke and talk to a rich man about values? Values.
Bro, I feel like you can be rich and still have values.
I'm not saying you can't, but I ain't having no
in your
homeless
opinion,
man tell me about values.
Let me ask you a question. If you had to sell your batty for money, would you do it?
I'm not there, innit?
But would you?
No, of course I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, like,
so
for me,
so for me, there's a small line. Maybe not small. Maybe not small, yeah. But there isn't a far line to cross from doing what these men are doing to selling their batty. There's not that much of a distance. Like,
I think if the peas are big enough, there's more man selling their batty than not.
Facts. That's what I'm saying.
So it's weird. But I think the thing is, for us, it's...
Because I've been doing this for so many years and I don't make money from YouTube.
Oh, I thought you meant sending you batty. I was going to say.
Oh my days.
It wasn't clear. It wasn't clear.
I've been doing this YouTube thing and just boxing content for a long time.
No, not YouTube though. Forget YouTube. The problem is you come from a background as a boxing journalist.
Yeah.
And you still have this boxing journalist mind. Like you think if there's a political commentator that has a conversation with, there's a big thing at the moment about Andrew Schultz. You know Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, of course.
He said that the way Trump acted with the Epstein files, he's upset that Trump's not releasing the information. All the other people like Abraham Preacher that are laughing and going, "You're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. You interviewed Trump and you had the opportunity to ask him these questions, but you sold your batty for the interview to get the views and build your platform. You are an idiot." But he didn't know he was an idiot. Some of these men, it's an entertainment business for them. It's an entertainment business. Do you know what I mean? I remember Ak and Barack used to do the thing on DAZN. I enjoyed it when they would get the internet trolls. Do you remember that?
Facts,
and they would take Danny Garcia to go and see Man at the Chat. That's what they're good at. Like, that's the entertainment side of it. Like, the whole thing's entertainment. Bro, listen, I got a brethren, Nicholas Fearon is my brethren. He's into basketball. He's not into football. So whenever I'm talking about football, Arsenal, United, the history, Real Madrid, Barcelona, he just says to me, "It's all entertainment, innit?" I say, "No, it's not entertainment. This is culture. This is history. This is politics. This is serious things." He's like, he don't understand it because he's an American sports fan. He's just like, "Oh, it's all entertainment." America's just the land of entertainment. Do you know what I'm saying? You could have a man on Epstein's Island, or you could have a gal on OnlyFans, and she can go on to be the president. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no standards in America. There's no standards. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Do you know what I mean? Whereas here, the culture is different. Like if you're part of the sport team, you really love it, and a lot of men are in it and they don't love it. So that's what it is. What are you gonna do, bro?
It's sad, bro. It's a sad sight to see.
If I want to sell their batty for money, good luck to them, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good luck, fam. I'm just not gonna be in that line.
No, of course. For me, it's jarring to see people that I know aren't into boxing. Like, you're not into boxing at all.
You're talking about
I believe
the other platform.
No, I'm just talking in general. If the shoe fits. Do you know what I'm saying? If the shoe fits. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to chat to me in real life. But
bro,
I don't like one of them guys, so I'm looking for a reason to punch him up anyway. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a real fan of like, I believe that Ak and Barack, what they do is different to what we do. We wouldn't do that showbiz as well. But I believe showbiz is a fan of boxing.
No, that's why it's sad. That's why it's sad.
I think it's even
showbiz knows boxing.
Yeah, he does fan.
That's why it's sad.
But in boxing,
that's why I don't mind
in boxing. Do it as well. If you've been in boxing for the ups and downs and the highs and lows, yeah, and the Tony Bellew cleverly headlines and that, yeah, there was no money in it.
Facts.
There was no money in boxing. So what man is seeing is when there's money in boxing now, grab the money while you can. Grab the money while you can. Because in 5-10 years from now, there might not be no money in boxing again. So when Jake Paul's a world champion, he holds the belt for 10 years, there's no money no more.
But look at...
Football's different. Football
if
can be consistent.
But if you look at the people like Hatman, yeah?
Yeah.
Who, they just stay true to the game.
Hatman's an older man though, bro.
Older than Showbiz. Older than Ak and Barack. Older than Simon Jordan.
Hatman? I thought he was.
Bro,
I haven't seen him. I haven't met him. I thought Hatman.
He's not older than Simon Jordan, bro.
I thought Hatman was like Laurie's age. That's what's in my head.
No, I think Hatman's like in his 40s.
That young,
bro. I think
because he used to have a series called Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer, and he was telling stories from years ago. From years ago, bro. Before my time.
He might be in his 50s.
I think he's got to be in his mid to late 50s.
Bro, so how old is Simon Jordan?
Maybe 60.
That's my point, bro.
But I'm saying, Simon Jordan's different, bro.
Why is Simon Jordan different?
Okay.
Right. Why is Simon Jordan different?
Okay.
Right, bro. Why is Simon Jordan different?
Okay. There's a difference between coming in and starting from scratch and not starting from scratch. Do you know what I'm saying? Simon Jordan was never boxing. He came into football, he came into the entertainment side only to talk about the business of football. because he was a businessman who ran a football club. So when financial fair play and all these kind of things happened, man didn't understand. The average person walking down the street don't understand what that means. Do you know what I mean? What does that mean? How does the average person does not know how their football club makes money?
Fact. The average football club doesn't know that their manager doesn't actually sign players.
Yeah, they don't know the inner workings of a club. So Simon Jordan came into TalkSport and was given that insight, and that was really interesting, talking about Crystal Palace and the insight and the contracts and all this different stuff we didn't know. That was sick. Then at some point, he became the go-to voice for all football stuff. And I was just like, bruv, I'm not sure how that happened. But cool, fair enough, at least you've been in the football bit. Then randomly, he just started talking about boxing, bruv. Out of nowhere.
Literally.
Bro, but what's dead is when boxing, when Wimbledon is on, the reason I know it's fake is because when Wimbledon's on, I don't hear Simon Jordan talk about tennis.
Facts.
But Wimbledon's on. But you're not talking about tennis.
Literally.
But when there's a world title fight, we're talking about boxing.
Trust
so
me.
when there's fights on, Bam Rodriguez fought on the weekend. I've not heard Simon Jordan talk about Bam Rodriguez. Manny Pacquiao was there. I think you might have spoke about Manny Pacquiao because it's a big story. But other stories, you're not really into boxing.
Facts.
What could you tell me about Abdullah Mason? What could you tell me about Sam Noakes? What could you tell me? Guys outside the top 15 guys. What do you know what I'm saying?
This is why
you can't be a box. You're a football journalist that only watches the big six in the Prem. That's what it's like.
Yeah, that's.
But he don't believe he's a journalist, isn't it?
And I'm not even gonna go into why I don't. But yeah, for me, this is my final point on this, innit? It's just a sad day that boxing, there needs to be more quality control with who we allow in the boxing world, bro.
You're on crack. We're about to have Jake Paul as a world champion. Jake Paul's about to fight AJ.
Yeah, but we still need more quality control.
No, but bro, we're going to get less quality control.
We need more quality control.
We're going to get less quality control.
I'm just saying
we got Crawford skipping Virgil Ortiz and boots to fight Canelo at 168.
But we need.
It's not going to happen. Who's going to do it? Quality control brings less money, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Remember, these man, bro, it's like regulation. Do you know what I'm saying? Man want to work in industries where it's not regulated. The less regulation there is, the more money you can make. You can just run rampant. Do you know what I'm saying? Man don't want boxing to be regulated. Who regulates the regulators? Where's Warren G? Do you know what I'm saying? It's long. It's long, bro. Mauricio Suleiman's a criminal, bro. Everyone knows that, bro. It is what it is. It's just run amok. Do you know what I'm saying? You said it yourself. Man have come out of jail for murder and we're running boxing 18 months later.
Yeah, facts.
But man are on the run from the FBI running boxing right now. Literally. That's a fact. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them, man, bro. So, man, them fight Jake Paul today and get arrested by ICE the next day.
Bro, yes. Do you know what I'm saying? Man are training hard to go to the Olympics to run away from their country. It's long.
Oh, facts.
It's long.
Oh, that is so true.
Boxing is crooked, bro. Man are standing there with just looking light-skinned Jigsaw in the face, telling world champions they'd be on the floor with their eye hanging out.
Literally. What world are we living in?
Bro, what black world champion could you tell that to? You might get shot. Do you know what I'm saying? Before you fought the guy, you might get shot.
Facts. But bro, I'm telling you.
We ain't getting no quality control. We ain't getting it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with football, and it's a segue, we're about to talk about football, but with football, there's governing bodies, there's regulatory bodies.
No, but we
see the government get involved in football.
But
when do we see the government get involved in boxing?
Let me give you an example. You see AFTV,
yeah?
AFTV is a channel full of fans, right?
Yeah.
And every so often, they might do like some mainstream overlap thing or something with Gary Neville or whatever, which might bridge the gap, maybe a TalkSport thing, maybe a Sky Sports thing, cool. But they're still being seen as fans.
Yeah.
Robbie's voice is relevant from a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
Robbie's voice is not relevant if Robbie done a sit-down interview with Mikel Arteta, you wouldn't expect the same intricacies in the interview as you would if he was doing an interview with Martin Tyler or whoever the guys do. You know what I'm saying? Them hardcore journalists that do interviews. Yeah. You wouldn't expect the same thing. Yeah. At the end of the day, there's a certain level of quality that you get within football. It's policed properly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I believe I'm a fan. I'm a boxing fan. I'm actually a boxing fan. I'm an actual boxing fan who actually pays money. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't feel like if I was to sit down with Eddie Hearn, I should have the same level of credibility as if it was Teddy Atlas with Eddie Hearn. Yeah. Or if Howard Cosell was sitting with Eddie Hearn. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these people are going to speak from a completely different perspective. But all of a sudden, Simon Jordan, True Geordie, all of a sudden these men are just getting showbiz, I'm like, bro, there's no quality control to this shit.
In terms of a money perspective, football has long-term contracts where money is concerned. The money is tied in. The broadcast deals are tied in. Long-term contracts, certain amount of revenue, etc., etc., etc. Boxing ain't got that. Man could have money today and be gone tomorrow.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Ben Shalom was promoting the biggest. Ben Shalom was co-promoting the biggest sport, the biggest fight in British boxing in the calendar, and then 2 months later had no broadcaster.
Still doesn't.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
talking about doing it on Channel 5.
Do you know what I'm saying?
On BBC 3.
You might as well do it in the garden. Right? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Like boxing moves like that. So because of that, man are very money hungry. Money. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, in football, you've got a set bread. Do you know what I'm saying? With boxing, you don't. So that's what it is. So when there seems to be a little bit of money, man are going to sniff that out as quickly as possible.
Facts.
Boxing's a passion sport, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Man don't go into boxing to be rich. We had this conversation before. You feel like some of them do. But when you're a youth and you're going to the gym, unless you're exceptionally talented or from the right family, man don't go into boxing to be rich. The vast majority of boxers do not come out of the game the others end rich.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if you want to be rich, that don't make no sense. If you want to be rich, go to school. Do you know what I'm saying? If you go into finance, this is not a sport you come into to necessarily be rich. Do you know what I'm saying?
Find a trade or
so
something.
if there's money to be made, man are going to try and make that as quickly as possible.
Facts.
Speaking of money, this whole man's been hearing, obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, man's been hearing Isak's not for sale. Do you know what I'm saying? We're meant to be landing you know who, anytime, imminently, Singapore, medical, all that stuff, but this isn't even about
us. That's dead, bro.
That's not even about us, bro. It's not dead, but this ain't even about us. It's not dead. It's gonna bang, but it's cool. But Isak, we were told he's not for sale. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not for sale under any circumstances, whatever. And then today, man told the club, I want to bounce. He's not going on pre-season tour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? He don't want to run in that Middle East heat for no reason. I don't know why. He's Mali anyway, so he should be used to that. But he don't want.
No, he's actually not Mali still.
Where's he from?
He's Mali, but he's not been Mali.
Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If a man's from Yard and you know what I'm saying? Like certain men aren't from Yard, bro.
That's true.
Like, bro, I'm pretty sure my man from Glasses, he might have Jamaican in him, but he's not Jamaican.
Nah, he's just English still.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Don't bring him up, man. But yeah, where's he going? Where's Isak going? And is he worth 120, 150 mil that it's going to cost? Is he worth that?
Isak is worth it. He's worth it.
What, 120 or 150? How much would you lot pay for him? Because you man have got Hoyland as your number 9, so you lot are starving.
I would pay 120 million for him. I would pay 140 million for him. He's Premier League proven, bro. He's guaranteeing you 20 goals next season. And for me, if you're a top team, we're not a top team. But if you're an Arsenal, I don't even want to say Arsenal.
Liverpool.
But no, I want to say if you're Arsenal, who else wanted him? Liverpool is gonna get him, but I'm trying to think of another team who wanted him. Who else wanted him?
I don't think anyone else is interested because of the money. I don't think that.
But not only does it take, get you closer to the title, but it makes the team around you weaker. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand where he's gonna fit in the Liverpool setup.
Apparently, they just signed Hugo Ekitike.
And they already got, obviously,
Darwin's going to go.
Fam. Jota, innit?
Yeah, of course, obviously Jota passed away.
Jota passed away, so it makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
It makes sense, bro. So, I think that's big business from Liverpool still.
Yeah.
I just feel like Isak's kind of played it like a pum-pum a bit.
Why?
Because look how close he's done it to the season. This should have been, I want to leave. Bro, at the end of the season, he was talking about how he loved it being there and all of that. Give Newcastle an opportunity to buy a striker. Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
FA Cup hype, though, isn't it?
Carabao Cup, you mean?
Carabao Cup hype.
Regardless, bro. You done
your thing. They can just take Darwin.
You done your thing, and you done a great job for Newcastle. Say thank you very much, but I'm leaving. The reason why United fans still love Ronaldo is because it was clear, even if we won the Champions League, if we lost, he was going.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what, he was leaving. So he made that clear from the beginning. Spurs fans can't be vexed.
But then, before Jota passed away, maybe there wasn't the option for him to go there.
True.
And then now the options presented itself. But then he's a side man anyway because where was his energy? Because man, no Arsenal wanted him.
Yeah, facts. Facts, bro.
So I'm trying to make Arsenal black again. Man ain't with me on this journey.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you. You ever been to a party, yeah? And
at Dubois' house.
lol. You ever been to a party, yeah? And a girl might come up to you.
Yeah.
Or someone might come up to you and say, "Oh, you know my girl over there is looking at you."
Yeah.
And you go over there and say, "Bro, that's a dead thing. I ain't going over there."
Yeah.
And then you end up seeing the next thing who sits next to her, and then you end up going.
Yeah.
Because you think, nah, you know what? Maybe it's that thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like the first and second, come on, man. We're not a dead thing.
No, but
thing.
Newcastle finished. Where did they finish? 4th.
Yeah.
So 4th to 2nd, and 4th. They won a title more recent than you.
The trophy.
They won a trophy more recent than you.
Yeah.
So in their mind, it's
told
like
you, Carabao Cup hype.
So
Carabao
he's
Cup
like,
hype.
raw. That's a Liverpool over there. That's what he's looking at.
Bro, once the emotions wore off, he said, "Nah, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with the. What do they eat in Newcastle?
Pie and mash, innit?
Yeah, I'm done with the pie and mash, bruv.
Liverpool eat pie and mash as well,
That's
blood.
a good point. Yeah, that's dead as well, bruv. Yeah, that's dead as well.
Liverpool might even eat worse, blood. Liverpool don't have great food there, bro.
Basically, it's not London, innit? That's what I'm trying to say, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? If you're at IC3, you want to play in London, surely.
If you're at IC3, you should want to play for Arsenal.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make. I put it on my story. Let's make Arsenal black again.
Arsenal are dead though, innit?
Your player's gonna have to get a tan or something. How's Arsenal dead? We come second, bro.
Arsenal are dead for Isak though. Because for Isak, I would have gone more for Isak than Gyökeres.
It's not double the price, to be fair.
Pay double then, innit? He's double the player, bro.
You know Arsenal, man.
He's double the player, bro.
You know Arsenal. You know Arsenal, bro.
Bro, if Gyökeres flops the season, you have to blame yourself for not going after Isak.
Me, personally.
Yeah, Arsenal as a club.
Yeah, look at Berta. It's Berta's job. He's the director of football, isn't it? He's made this decision. Do you know what I'm saying? If Gyökeres flops, it's on Berta as well, because we know that Arteta wanted Šeško for his style and profile. Šeško's tall and slim and
so
maybe
is
more...
Gyökeres tall though.
Yeah, but Gyökeres is more like bulky, he plays more like Haaland, whereas I think Šeško plays a little bit, but he's not as good as Isak, but more of that type of good footwork, tall, almost Pogba-esque, that type of style of player, do you know what I'm saying? So that's obviously what he saw. He obviously saw Isak as the
better
main...
footwork, innit? He's got a bit like
Gyökeres ain't got no feet.
Gyökeres is he's not got no tech. He's just banging goals, innit?
Yeah.
Banging goals.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully it works for Arsenal, innit? God knows.
Yeah. But I mean, people are saying like, oh, now you've got Gyökeres, you have to win the league. I've had a couple of people say you have to win it. But in Liverpool, I think Liverpool get Isak because like, bro, this might be Liverpool's to lose, big man thing. Like,
I think you had to win the league anyway. I think even before Gyökeres, you had to win the league, bro.
Man says once every year.
You can't finish 3 seasons in a row second, and you can't keep getting kissing a gal and not getting no pom pom, bro. At some stage, bro, like
we're not even kissing it, bro. We're eating it out. Big man thing.
Yeah, at this point we just have to end the
big man thing's not even kissing it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We're doing everything.
No, you're not
we're doing everything.
That is a dog.
We're doing everything.
Right now, that's what United's doing, fam. United's just...
United. What? You lot are DMing the gal and being left on scene. You lot she not even replied yet.
But for me, I'd rather be left on scene than do what...
No, it's embarrassing. We're doing everything we can.
Women are begging and standing outside the house like Ray J, bro.
Yeah, 100 spinning in the rain like a Mario and that. It's just not happening. Do you know what I'm saying? So... But yeah, listen, that's what it is, man. We'll wrap that show right there. Episode 17 in the books. Please do like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 5K as soon as possible. Let us know in the comments where you think Usyk is of all-time heavyweights or all-time boxers. Let us know what you think about Usyk after he absolutely destroyed Daniel Dubois. AJ versus Jake Paul. Do we see it? And does Jake Paul stand any chance of winning? And let us know what you think about Isak, man. Where's he going to? What's next? And who's been in the Premier League this year? Obviously, Arsenal off to a flying start.
Season even started, bro.
Off to a flying start in pre-season in Singapore. You know what it is. But yeah, bro, that's it for now. Man's out. Peace.
Love.